Okay, this is part 2. I did it again and I'm no good at clipping stuff together, so I might just leave it where it was. I always seem to leave a cliffhanger. Okay. Right, so let's just carry on a bit, and if I don't want to share this second part, I won't. So then, you'll see what else Craig sent me, because he is a fantastic researcher, and I think he's paying for it. See attached with Jenny Brierley, regards David Drew, I don't know who that is. This is to confirm that Miss Jenny Brierley will be... Oh yeah, that's the letter, a kind of fraudulent letter really, to be honest, that was presented to help Jenny get a lease in this apartment, which ended up getting trashed, used for prostitution, used for drugs, and not paid rent on, and things stolen from. So, you know, I wouldn't be running into court as quickly as Sean seems to be. So, I said, in the interest of honesty, I said also let me know it's okay if I let it be known that you brought it to me, Craig. Yeah, I shouldn't piss off Truthy, but he needs a slap down. You do, Truthy. Sometimes you're just rude, you know, and I get it. You admit your shortcomings, and hopefully so do I too. But sometimes, you said I grew a pair of cojones. Okay, I probably owe you an apology. Yeah, good, I'm doing part 2. I shouldn't have said you were as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. The comment actually said 50 Shades of Murky. From Jeffrey Epstein to Sean Atwood to Ron Swanson, and now to What is Truth. And I was making a reference to the 50 Shades of Grey. I was not saying you were as bad as Jeffrey Epstein, let's be accurate. But I was saying you were murky, you were conducting some murky behaviour that was in the same paradigm as Jeffrey Epstein with his perversions. The thing that offended me most about the hot mic incident, which actually I coined that phrase for you for that incident. I know it's not, I know the phrase has been used before, but I'm the one that wrote it in your chat, you know, in a state of shock for being dissed. When at that point I thought you and Truthy were, you and Chancer were, you know, loosely speaking, colleagues with a common cause, which was to expose corruption and lies. So yeah, I shouldn't have said you were as bad as Jeffrey Epstein. I didn't say that. I said 50 Shades of Murky. Going from Jeffrey Epstein down to Ron Swanson, Sean Atwood. You know, I should probably throw in Puddock in there and blah, 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 blah. But the thing that offended me the most about the hot mic incident between you and Chancer, and Chancer apologised profusely for this, and you didn't. But he apologised to me for the way you dissed me, and said it would be hilarious to take people like me down and do exposés under fake names. But the thing that really made my stomach turn was when you said you doxed Chancer's girlfriend unwittingly, and then said you should get your girlfriend to masturbate while you're broadcasting, live streaming. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Like the subs wouldn't have any clue what you were doing. And that was like, oh, God. And then you went there a couple of times last night. You've said before how you're sexually liberal and what goes on between 2 or more adults behind closed doors is their business, and you're down with that and you're cool with that. And then you were talking about fecal matter, and I just think there's some little... I just feel like in many ways you're an honourable man aspiring to do well. But there's a little bit of shade. There is a bit of sexual, pervy shade there, which I find unpleasant. So that's what I meant. No, you're not in a league with Jeffrey Epstein, but 50 Shades of Grey, 50 Shades of Murky was actually what I said. So I said, yeah, the letter should put Sean in court for fraud right there. Some crooks went to jail just for fixing mortgage applications because that was all they could get them on. Like Al Capone only got done for tax evasion. I've said this before. And then what we've got here. Dissolved, yeah, that's the company that the letter saying that Jenny Briley or Callie Diamond was starting work the following Monday at 30 grand a year for this company. The company was dissolved in 2014. That's been shown by Chancellor. And Poet, I do feel bad for Poet disappearing. He did do good work. So he says, yes, for sure, that company was dissolved in 2014. I say, you do amazing research. He says, you've got to have the patience to sift through it, as well as running a business and COVID. So we went on to that. And the only other comment relevant to this is that Craig said he was horrified that Chancellor thought it was funny that my son got burned in a fire. You know, and of course the trolls turned that onto, I think Peter Barrington in Paris was saying, why did you set your son on fire, Angie? I mean, some of this stuff is so crazy, you know, anybody with a brain cell will know it's trolling. But other stuff, especially when people that are respected and have a platform and they diss you, no, I don't like that. So that's it. Thank you to Craig. Thank you to Chrissy. I hope you go and do a part 2. I hope you do well, Truthy. I hope you continue with your brilliant quest for truth, Brian, even though I've been warned against working or even going anywhere near your work or even speaking up for you. I've been warned. No, he's a double-edged sword. And just one point I'll make. You re-released the Andrew Ash long-form, mind-blowing evidence about 70 hours of being interviewed by police and special branch. But you participated a little bit in the deception. A little bit, Brian. When Bill was saying things like, oh yeah, we're turning the cameras off now, yeah, I'm going out for a fag, yeah, you come for a fag, Brian? Trying to make Andrew Ash think he wasn't being filmed, so maybe he'd spill some more to Chris Fay while you two were allegedly not filming. You kind of colluded with that a little bit, Brian, and it may be innocent. Of all the times I've supported you, I've only pulled you up on 2 or 3 things, like why were you idolising one of the Cray twins when they were pimps? And couple of things I've called you out on over years, and 95% of the time I've bigged you up and did everything I could to get your truth out there. You know, I had Ian Puddock hounding me on Twitter. I lost my YouTube channel of 12 years. I lost both my Facebook accounts. You know, I've had trolling, pretty severe trolling, you know, up there in the same. So yeah, and then one other question somebody brought up was the quality of the cameras. You know, the quality of the cameras. But there's easy explanations for a lot of this stuff, but just, I'm not going to judge. You know, but I'm reserved the right to ask questions and to answer them. So that's it. Good luck, guys. Keep doing the good stuff and correct the shit. Like Nikki Cooper, got it wrong. You're doing brilliant work, you and T. The stuff you... Why didn't Sharon Gale address her ex-husband's businesses? You know, why is all the ridicule about, oh, my big yacht? Why don't you address the actual facts about companies and charities and connections? You know, the real shit that you only usually address when you're drunk. All right. So yeah, Nikki, you got it wrong. Hurt my feelings. I'll get over it. All rejection is God's protection. And, you know, I am... The darker the days get, the closer I'm drawing to Jesus. So if that means that a few people go their way and I go mine, then so be it. God bless. Check the description links. Thanks.